wanted to do on my on the saying, well, that's just your opinion. And I told myself, I would have told you guys that I didn't want to do another take because I want rants to be unconstructed and stream of consciousness off the top of my head. But it was so bad, I literally spent about 2 minutes in my notebook looking for what my third rant was going to be, and I was just disorganized in general. So this is going to be probably one of my more clear rants, if that makes any sense. Rants basically are going to be it's just going to be a big spiel about something that I find important, even though it's probably not important within the large scale scheme of life. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the saying, "That's just your opinion." I'm going to be listing at least three reasons why I don't like "That's just your opinion." So the first one is that I feel like whenever you say, well, that's just your opinion, or that's just their opinion, or whatever, it gets the conversation into relativism. Relativism in the sense that morality has become less absolute and less clear and less objective and less whatever you want to say. Instead, that's just their opinion basically makes morality a less absolute and more relative and subjective sort of idea. It's basically saying, it doesn't matter if they want to, if they don't like Jews, they're not going to the Nazis are harmless. They're not going to force it on anybody. We don't care. I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe Hitler actually used cultural relativism to justify the extermination of the Jews during the Holocaust. I could be wrong, but I thought I heard something about him using cultural relativism to do that. At any rate, I think if he did, that's certainly a good example of people using relativism to justify horrid beliefs that otherwise wouldn't go unscrutinized. Now, this isn't to say, by the way, as a side note, that that's just your opinion is always wrong. Like if I favor vanilla ice cream over chocolate, well, you saying, well, that's just your opinion is not as invalid because I'm not really saying anything. I'm not really making an argument for something, or I'm not really trying to force anything on you. It has a lot less moral content than anything. So reducing the moral content of a statement that has very little moral content to begin with, or none, doesn't really do anything. The second is actually about moral content. The idea that someone can just have an opinion and that'll be that reduces the argument's moral content to basically, well, subjectivism or relativism. It says, that's just their opinion. It doesn't really matter if they say this, or for whatever reason the people believe this. The third is that it bogs down debates in general. It makes debating the art of finding truth to be kind of meaningless when you just think that the truth could be all a matter of perception, and it's not objective, and it's just subjective or relative to each person, which may be true in some cases, but it's not true universally, certainly. And if it is, we've really delved into the rabbit hole of relativism and whatnot. Not that I'm saying I'm a moral absolutist. I don't really buy that moral law is moral law, and that's that. And I'm skeptical of Kant's categorical imperative and things like that. Although I'm not specifically rejecting it, but I'm uncertain of how absolute morality actually is. But before this gets really deep into philosophy, I think I'll end it here. Although I do want to say the next two rants are going to be on terminology. Terminology, basically words, phrases, sentences. This was actually a rant on terminology, if you think about it, but this is a more specific phrase. The next video is going to be more general, more broad about many different phrases, words, ideas, and stuff that I don't really like. It's going to be very George Carlin-esque. He was a great comedian. You should probably look him up if you don't know anything about him. And then the next one, which I never found in my notebook, even though it was right on the page that I started on, it will be a rant about why history textbooks make me really pissed. And they really do. They really get me pissed off. But at any rate, I think I'll end it off here. And if you don't like this video, it's just my opinion. Don't get mad.